Someone has lived with anger, bitterness, and hate. They're capable of anything.
But
Sounds like she speaks from experience, don't it?
Carolyn said he seemed so friendly.
Carolyn
is a terrible judge of character, and we know this. Hello, and welcome to Articulate Coven's watch of Dark Shadows, the original supernatural soap opera. We've been watching Dark Shadows. Well, I watched it for about 3 or 4 weeks, and it occurred to me exactly how much of this show there is. And so I've ramped up my watching. We're doing 3 episodes every weekend now. And if you're watching these on YouTube, you can get them early, a full week early and ad-free, and sometimes in a more full version. We have to cut some things occasionally for YouTube's copyright censors. You get the full versions up on our Patreon, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 a month or more gets you access to all our videos early and ad-free. All right, let's get into episode 16. Can you believe we're 16 in for Dark Shadows? All right, so when last we left our heroes, Roger Collins had been in a tragic car accident that seemingly was caused by his son David stealing a spark plug. I mean, I swear that's what it looked like he had. The brakes gave out in the car, obviously, is what happened in the accident, but I don't know. I mean, theoretically, Burke could have been responsible for it too. He was seen messing with the vehicle, or looking at the vehicle at least, by Victoria. That's what Victoria's worried about here. Elizabeth knows that as well, Elizabeth Stoddard. So neither one of them told Roger, though. They let him drive off. Neither one of them mentioned that Burke Devlin had been messing with the car.
It's been a nightmare.
It could have been much worse. Just a few bruises and a cut on his forehead.
Okay, so first of all, that's amazing for as bad an accident as it was made to look in that last episode. But also, so interesting to me that for the first time, they've actually taken like a time jump, seemingly. The previous 15 episodes had been, I mean, effectively 1 minute on top of the next, often hinging on somebody going through a doorway, we've joked, and boom, here, Roger's in an accident in the last episode, and this is a new week, so there was a weekend in between episodes here, but still on Monday morning he's fine, a few bruises and a cut on his forehead. Sounds like he's going to be out of the hospital soon, so we probably won't get a hospital set. I had asked about that last episode.
I'm not sure it was an accident.
Yeah, of course not. That's the whole, we know that. Great cold open, I guess. I mean, genuinely, if you weren't watching this day to day, this would have been one of those moments that would have been a great time to jump on, I guess, because they would give you that to hinge on. That's something to draw you into the show. You don't even know who Roger is, but the very idea that somebody put a hit out on Roger or something, her brother.
That after he took Mr. Collins to the doctor, he wanted to check some more, and then he talked to you after that.
Dr. Reeves?
Yes.
So he's not even in the hospital. I mean, if he was, Malloy wouldn't be taking him to the doctor, would he? But if he's not in the hospital, then why did Malloy need to reassure her that, I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Someone has lived with anger, bitterness, and hate. They're capable of anything.
But
Sounds like she speaks from experience, don't it?
Carolyn said he seemed so friendly.
Carolyn
is a terrible judge of character, and we know this.
Then he invited Roger to meet him at the Blue Whale.
Man, she trying Burke right here in the living room, isn't she?
Are you all right? Oh, I've been so terribly worried. What did the doctor say? Oh, good. How did it happen, Roger? Yes, I know the car went off the road, but how?
Man, they must have a full script today, because she did not give any room for Roger's answers on that other end of the telephone call, did she? Next scene.
Not until Bert Devlin invited him to drive into town to meet him.
You like my selection, Miss Stoddard?
Love it.
I do wonder, my guess is that this is not the music that was originally in the episode. I know this is a thing that they've done on, like sitcoms and things from the 80s and 90s. And I'm trying to think of something. Oh, like Moonlighting only recently got on Hulu because they couldn't clear the music rights. And so they had to wait. I think like in some cases they cleared them, and in a lot of cases they didn't pay for it. And so they, they instead put up alternate songs. That's been the same song every time that they've been in the Blue Whale. So my guess is that it might not have been that tune on the original TV release. I don't know.
When a woman wants to talk, you've had it.
I don't remember asking you, Mr. Devlin.
Bert, we agreed on that, remember?
Didn't you say you had an appointment with someone?
Yes. Yeah, right here, with her uncle, Roger Collins.
Okay, so I must have been wrong about the time jump because, like, I mean, like, freaking Malloy must have found Roger's crashed car and literally taken him to the doctor instead of the hospital. This show's weird.
But he seems to be a little late. Right now, I really can't say that I'm sorry.
Blah, blah. Where'd Joe go?
Oh, you can leave them all here. He just went to make a phone call.
Thank you, Bert.
Well, you like Joe Haskell, for one.
He's okay.
He's more than that, Carolyn. He's a nice kid.
Poor Joe Haskell. Bert Devlin's a bigger fan of yours than Carolyn is. Man, Carolyn is a drag.
You're just tired of sitting with me.
That's not true.
You are his alibi.
That's it exactly. But I'll bet if you wanted someone, you'd go to the house, hit her over the head, and drag her out.
Is that what you want, Carolyn? To be dragged out of Collinwood?
He's waiting for my Uncle Roger. I thought it would be nice if we waited with him.
Roger ain't coming. I mean, nobody knows that you're there, honestly, except Joe, so... Well, no, that's not true. Victoria knows that you were going to the Blue Whale, too, so maybe she'll think to call. I will say, this also heavily hints that it was not so late in the evening by the time they got that phone call about the wreck, because, again, they hadn't been sitting there that long.
Poor child. Probably the worst thing I could have done to him was to have Roger bring him here, to grow up in this house.
Feels like the worst thing you could have done to him is to left him with Roger alone wherever they were. I mean, Roger, as you said so artfully an episode or two ago, isn't very fond of David. Hate's a strong word, you know.
Would you like some tea?
This is no place for young people. It's old and decaying and smells of death.
Carolyn seems to have managed.
Do you think so?
Yeah, yes. Look, Carolyn's crazy. Carolyn clearly has, like, self-esteem issues that lead to her boy problems. But she's bubbly and she's funny and she's outgoing and, you know, she's pretty. Like, she's fine other than the insanity over men.
The garage checked those brakes only 2 days ago.
Then they were working 2 days ago.
Perfectly. And if those brakes fail so soon, it's because somebody was fooling around with them.
I mean, I feel pretty confident that he's right on that. If you had your brake service 2 days ago and they were fine, and 2 days later they fail and you drive off the road on a downward hill, somebody tampered with your brakes. Again, boy, if it ends up being David that did it, I really, really hope they show us whatever it was that he was trying to hide in Victoria Winter's dresser, because I swear to God it was a spark plug, and that does not have anything to do with the brakes.
Want to dance?
Oh, I don't mind if I do. Oh, I'm too old for that.
Oh, come on. I'll show you how.
Okay, to be fair, those are two different songs. So they're putting like 2 or 3 in rotation here in the Blue Whale, it seems like. See? I told you. It's the
You might
twist,
throw a
but not the
punch at it.
twist.
I just might.
I am a Joe Haskell fan.
Why don't you come to the movie with us?
Oh, Carolyn, for Pete's sake.
I'm like, if I'm Joe, I think I just go home. Like, surely there are other women in town.
You're that worried about it. Why don't you go up with them and keep them company?
Maybe that's just what I will do.
Lots of luck.
Good on you, Joe.
Did you hear the way he talked to me?
Yes, I did. Put your coat on.
Did you hear the way you talked to him?
Where?
We're gonna go try and find Joe.
Boy, they're going to raise my blood pressure about Burke Devlin.
Have you seen the car?
Yeah.
What's it look like?
The whole side of the car's caved in. It's a miracle he didn't get killed.
Okay, so I've heard that this actor for Matthew gets replaced at some point. I don't know if the actor passes away or not, but I think he's so great. I love the way he delivers. Yeah. Yeah. He did it several times in his first few scenes with Victoria.
Who do you think did it?
I don't know. That doesn't matter now.
Well, if he started in to try.
I said it.
Lady, you know exactly who did it. I don't know why you're not telling Matt. I mean, I guess you're not telling Matthew because Matthew might drive off and kill Burke Devlin tonight.
Car, Matthew would go right to Burke Devlin's hotel room and strangle him.
Victoria knows what's up. Matthew is down. Whatever Liz needs.
Did she know Burke Devlin was going there?
Yes, I suppose so.
Is that why she wanted to go?
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
Because I didn't think it was that important.
Y'all knew Roger got his car looked at least by Burke Devlin, and neither one of you said it to him. Don't fuss at each other about not talking.
The only difference between the two of them is the car can be repaired.
Didn't quite stick the landing on that one, Vicky. I don't know how I've never noticed this before, but her hairdo, and I'm guessing it's probably a wig, I don't know, completely covers her ears. Do you guys see this? You can see the little pearl earrings, but her ears are completely shrouded, like she's got earmuffs on. Anytime people on the show go, what was that you said? I'm going to assume they should get their ears covered.
Thank you very much.
She called the Blue Whale.
She's probably on her way home.
I doubt that. She left with Burke Devlin.
I mean, Mama don't know she went to go find Joe, but yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be very concerned if my baby girl, I mean, 19 years old or not, had just left with Burke. Burke, you dog. That's going to be our finale for this episode, is my guess. Here's the good news for you. This ain't the only one you got today. 17 and 18 also available right now wherever you're watching this. And if you're watching it on YouTube, then you can get the next batch, 19, 2021, all available on our Patreon, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to all of our videos early and ad-free. All right. Had a big climax with Roger's accident, so now we're on the downswing. Got to see what's going on. I wonder how long Roger's going to be out. Will he be back next episode? Victoria got 2 episodes off. My guess is Roger gets 2 off as well.